Hi friends, let's start with today's analysis. I think another day of consolidation for the markets. Markets are actually trying to move upwards with a lot of liquidity and a lot of intent uh, for the bulls. But the problem is again the valuations and the lack of sector which can propel the Nifty forwards. Among the entire globe, India's fundamentals and macros are actually superior, much better, very benign in some of the best macros that we have. But the problem is that all the sectors are not firing guns, and which is why Nifty is finding a lot of resistance at around 25,050, 25,100, and it is not able to breach on a closing basis these levels. On top of that, there is some kind of uncertainty also in the global markets, with Trump is creating a lot of labor all around, which is also keeping the upward trends slightly it's not having full firepower to go upwards. Another problem is India's problem always has been that at these levels, which are considered to be the higher levels, we have only one buyer which can take the market forward, which is the FIIs. Although FIIs have been pretty buying pretty robustly from last 15 20 days or so, and but still you need some other firepower also to take the Nifty forward. The problem is Nifty FMCG not contributing to its full. Nifty IT is not contributing because of US issues. Nifty Metal because of people expectation that global growth can be slowed due to the trade wars or let's say tariff wars and other things which can keep the global growth under check. Which is why we're finding some kind of degrowth in the metal stocks. Nifty Pharma again with kind of news which is coming from US. Mr. Trump trying to have his own tantrum, which is he's trying to reduce the prices for the patented drugs in US, which is having some impact on the Indian pharmaceutical companies also. But if you see the results of these have been fantastic. Some brilliant result, leading manufacturer in API industry, and it's showing you that those kind of consistent performers which have performed in the past, they can be multi-baggers. And I'm again telling you, Nifty Pharma today is placed at exactly what Nifty IT was placed in somewhere in 90s or early 2000s. It is actually going to grow a lot. We have that kind of R&D advantage. We have that kind of manufacturing advantage, product advantage. All the advantages which we saw in Nifty IT in the 90s or let's say early 2000s, the same kind of advantages we are seeing in Nifty Pharma. So these are consistent performers and should always be a part of your portfolio. These are not trading stocks. These are always your portfolio stocks. Now, what are the global uncertainties? So again, yesterday we saw a small news from Moody's, which has actually degraded US in terms of its credit rating. Although it's not a big event. It's actually a non-event because uh, it's the third agency which has decreased the overall rating for US credit as such. Because in 2011 S&P degraded from AAA plus to AAA. Then again Finch did it in 2023, and now it has been done by Moody's in 2025. So it's not that it's happening for the first time. It's anywhere in the price. Uh, Most people know that yes, this is a problem. The current account deficit for US has always been a problem, and also the kind of debt which US has accumulated for so much of time, which it has accumulated for so much of time, will create some kind of a disadvantage, and this bubble can burst anytime. That's a fear which most people are aware of in terms of US. Uh, it's not something new, so it's not a big event, I would say. But these markets and futures are reacting to it. We were seeing around 1% cut for I think S&P and Nasdaq, and I think Dow was also around 0.8% down in terms of futures. So that is what created some drag in the IT stock for India today, and we were seeing IT index down around 1.2%. Although Nifty Bank also could not succeed at gains, although it went around 350 points up at one point of time, but it could not sustain. So what I'm seeing is that there is some kind of selling at those levels, or the market is trying to consolidate at this kind of levels. It is waiting for some kind of trigger further to take the markets up. But as I told you, there are no triggers now because there is no Fed meeting now. There is no MPC meeting from our RBI budgets. Nothing. Earnings are also almost through now. So there are hardly any events which can take the markets upwards. But let's see what happens. Mr. Trump has given many statements, but we just pick up the most important ones, not all. So he's clicking deals everywhere, which now is trying to create an image that any country which trying to give money to US or is signing deals with his nephews or his son's company or his private companies, I think the deals are getting through. It's not now Mega which is working. Make America Great Again has been left behind a lot of distance behind now. So Mr. Trump is not working on that. He's working on personal agendas. Any country which is giving money, business that is moving forward, it's not on based on long-term prospects, valuations, overall growth, overall vision. Nothing is there. Absolutely no vision. And Mr. Trump has been a disaster. I think he's completing his 120 days now very soon. I think 15th was already completed. I think 15th or 19th November. I think he got inaugurated, and 19th May is yesterday, which was there. So he's already completed 120 days, and it's looked like he has been ruling US for last 4 years. Because the kind of events he has created, the kind of havoc he has created all around, it's just unbelievable. In terms of Russia and Ukraine, so Russia, there was a meeting which was scheduled in Turkey, which is meant to have a peace war, which was actually Mr. Putin was supposed to go for the meeting, but he declined, and even he didn't send his foreign minister. So it was a low-end delegation which was sent from Russian side, although Mr. Zelensky was there from Ukraine. But the kind of conditions which Russia has put, no country, even Ukraine, cannot accept any conditions, and that's what is happening. So it's nothing to be happened. It's all status quo. I think Mr. Trump has told that he would be speaking to Mr. Putin and Mr. Zelensky today, but nothing is happening. Those are all critical, talks, hard negotiations, which is not going through. And I don't think both the countries, especially Russia, wants to actually include US and try to have a negotiation, because he has seen the way Mr. Trump has taken a credit for India-Pakistan ceasefire, which was actually morally also very incorrect because nothing happened of that sort. And Mr. Putin is now worried and he's not following the track of US. So I don't think Zelensky and Ukraine, anytime we are seeing a ceasefire, they might resort to their again war and move forward. Let's see how it happens today for Mr. Trump when talks to both the countries. Apart from that, we're seeing a lot of data which is coming from US. It's all moving towards now slowness of economy. Unemployment rate is slightly going upwards. We are seeing that the spending from the consumers are going down. The confidence level is again going down. The PPI index, which is tracked by Fed a lot, is also seeing a cut. But again, the problem is the expected inflation, the expected impact of tariff, which is going to see forward. Most of the economists are actually penciling in slow growth. They're not penciling in a big recession. Even if the recession comes, it can be just 1 quarter or 2 quarter. It cannot be a long-standing one. So the markets are also reacting in that way, and that's why we are seeing not much of a cut in US markets. In fact, they had one of the best week of last week, and since the 9th April tariff tantrum, Nasdaq has actually moved 25% up. So big moves in Nasdaq in US. Still, the exceptionalism is very high in US. I don't know why, because it's all driven by a lot of debt, a lot of current account deficit, and which is becoming, or which is creating the macros to be very bad. So US will remain slow. China and US, US and China again, the trade war is still continuing. If the deals are not getting signed, they're getting announced, some announcement here and there, but deals have only been signed with UK. Nothing has happened as such more on that. In fact, there was a news from Mr. Trump that we are finding it difficult to have a negotiation with all the countries. He's saying that 150 countries approached, 158 countries approached them for negotiations. But he's saying that we'll not be able to negotiate with this 90-day window to all the companies. And again, they will issue unilateral decisions to all the countries. So we are moving towards the same kind of 9th April kind of a propaganda with all the smaller countries. With major countries like European Union, again, no trade is happening, no trade deal is happening, no discussion is happening. So discussion happened with India, UK, and Russia and China, to be precise. With all the smaller countries, nothing is happening, and we will not be surprised if at all Trump announces again those kind of unilateral decisions to the smaller countries, and they have no choice. Which means that US will be seen as a country with no certain lines of direction, certain lines of predictability, which means that the bigger investment will still be kept on hold. Most of the trade partners with US will actually watch them with a lot of circumspect. There will be a lot of doubts, and which is not good for the world economy and their economy going forwards. And moreover, the kind of posturing which Mr. Trump is doing everywhere. So, for example, he told to Tim Cook, Apple CEO, that don't invest too much in India. You should invest in USA only. So he's trying to alter everywhere wherever he can. He in fact called the CEO of Walmart and he told them, why are you increasing the prices of tariff? You should absorb the tariffs. So, and how can Walmart absorb tariffs? So he's trying to create his impression everywhere, every country, every business, and nothing is happening. And moreover, his selfish interests which are coming into picture, the way his own personal company is getting advantage of crypto and other business deals. This overall mixture is not good for US at all. That is why you're seeing the dollar index still hovering. It actually went around 101.5 at one point of time, but again it's coming down lower to around $100. So I think it will continue in that point of range. It can move only southwards. I don't expect it to go upwards. The problem is that lot of unpredictability, and don't forget now the figures have come. Now China has become the third highest holder of US debt, US treasuries. At one point of time, it was second. Just after Japan. Japan has around $1.1 trillion of US treasury. The second was China, but they have sold a lot. And now UK has become the second overall owner, or let's say holder of the US treasuries, followed by China. So China is selling a lot of US treasuries and they are buying gold. Their trade is very simple. Every day you open the market, sell US treasuries and buy. That is what they're doing continuously. That is what has been their overall thought process. China has now understood that they will not be getting big orders from US. US will remain some kind of a trade enemy to them going forwards, and they have to find their own way now. So China is getting prepared for that. So the world is in disorder, I would say. Russia and Ukraine not going anywhere. Then he's signing the deals with Turkey. He's signing the deals with. So he's removed the sanctions from Syria. He has, done a deal with arms of Turkey. Now, all these countries were not supposed to be very, humanly uh, amicable to the world. Are all being signed with a deal. It's all money which is just moving the actions of Mr. Trump. All these things are not good signs, and we might see some kind of big profit booking anytime soon in the markets. It might happen. Problem is the equities are still trading very high. US markets are also very close to their all-time highs. Even Indian markets are very close to their all-time highs. Gold is also very close to their all-time highs, and most importantly, Indian bond yields are very low. So silver is again trading at around 1 lakh. So where do you park your money? Your FD is not giving you interest. Bond yields are lower, at least in India, and gold is around all-time high. Equity markets are around all-time high. So there is no value buying where you can turn your face and do a value buying. See, everybody is interested in doing a value buying, something which is below par, something which is going a bad cycle. That is where you try to invest and make more money. That all opportunities are not there. So people should. So there are some people who want to chase this. As I told in Indian markets also, you want to chase. You keep a stop loss of 24,800 and keep on chasing it. Second, actually the bigger support zone has now become 24. 500, 550. You can still keep your longs and keep chasing the markets. The other kind of people should actually wait for some kind of bigger cuts to come and then invest. It will come very soon. Sometime later, we don't know. But the kind of disorder which I'm seeing in the markets, the kind of resistance which I'm seeing in our markets, the kind of earning cycle which we've gone through, the kind of valuations, the kind of uh, overall lack of ideas in terms of going ahead. And more importantly, even the mutual funds are sitting around 2.3 lakh crores of cash. Now, one reason could be they're not finding ideas. Second reason could be they missed the opportunity because FIs suddenly became net buyers, or they are seeing some kind of a crash coming, or they're waiting for some IPOs or let's say QIPs or bigger block deals where they can participate. I don't know the reason, but this 2.2 lakh crore of cash will always keep the markets buoyant. I don't think we'll see a big dips in the market because this cash will be utilized any value buying which will emerge. So even if FIs turn out to be net sellers, because in India there are only one seller, which is FIs. Nobody else sells. It's only FIs who sell. And more importantly, nowadays, even HNI is sitting around a lot of cash. So generally, markets don't oblige uh, the mutual funds and HNI is getting in cash. Generally, markets उनको oblige नहीं करता है. So might be that until unless they use their cash, market will not give you a dip. There are full chances. That is what actually happens. But if at all you get a dip because of some political event or let's say global event, then there's a lot of money waiting, a lot of cash waiting to actually cash on the opportunity. Which means that we cannot see a lows of 23,800 at all. It looks like almost impossible as of now until unless you have a big event. Even 24,500 should not be broken going forward. This is what I feel. So you can be long for a target of 20,500 with a stop loss of 24,800. That is on an intraday basis, and on a positional basis, 24,550 looks to be a good support. From there, you can have your positions as well. If you are a conservative trader and you want to do value buying only, then I think you should wait for the opportunities to emerge, some kind of event which can bring some profit booking, and that would be a good entry point. That's what I am following. I'm sitting on cash. I don't want to chase this last 500 points from 25,000 to 2,500. I'm very happy to give away those points to anybody who wants to take it. I'm not the person who's interested in last 500 points. I still believe that there is some kind of profit booking which you can see very fast because the world is not in order. There is a lot of disorder I'm seeing in the world, and any kind of disorders actually brings in some kind of churning and it brings down some kind of profit booking. I'm waiting for that event. Let's see when it happens. Whenever it happens, I'll tell you. As of now, aggressive traders can chase the 500 points. Little not aggressive traders can actually wait for some kind of dips to buy. So that would be the analysis for today. I hope you would have liked it. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks so much.